Well, it's the 1st of December, and you know what that means? It's what I picked up in November. And boy, did Santa Claus come early. Starting off, I picked up this Wii game, Dangerous Hunts 2011. I used to have Big Game Hunter on the PC, so I haven't really played these hunting games since then. But I thought, for $5 I would give it a go. So I got that one. Now the next thing I picked up was an original Xbox game, Total Overdose. Now this one intrigued me a bit. It kind of reminded me of Grand Theft Auto, so I don't know if that's what they were going for with this. So it's a first-person mobster type game. So I'm looking forward to trying that one out. Now I'm trying to avoid picking up the small boxes, but certain games only came out in small box form. But I did find a copy of Fear 2. I have been on the lookout for the original Fear, but have not seen it yet. So obviously everyone might be hanging on to their Fear. So I picked that one up. So next up, I picked up a DS game, and that was Zoo Tycoon. I have picked up the PC version of this, and when I saw this, I thought that's in pretty good condition, and it was only $2, so I was quite happy to pay that. And it comes with the manual as well. In the same thrift store that I picked up the DS game, I found a copy of Ape Escape. Unfortunately not in the original PS1 case, but it does come with the manual and the disc. So I was quite happy when I found that, and it was only $2. Now, something I saw on the shelf amongst the toys at a thrift store was this wireless PS2 controller. Now, the only problem with it, after I got it home, opened it up, it has the notorious degrading of the rubber and has gone all sticky. So I was really intrigued because I haven't seen a wireless controller for the PS2 before. So I think it should still work, but unfortunately it's very sticky, so I won't drop it because it's sticking to my hands pretty good. But yeah, I only paid a couple of dollars for it, so I was quite happy to take that and try it out. Okay, moving on to the really exciting stuff, the big box PC games that I picked up. Starting off with this blackjack game, completely sealed for the DOS-based IBM or Tandy. Comes with a 5 1/4 and a 3.5 inch disc. Obviously I haven't actually looked in the box because I don't want to actually open this up. Along with the blackjack game, I also found a sealed copy of this video poker, and lastly along with those two came World Series Poker. Now this one, it's completely sealed again, but what I found intriguing about this one, on the back you kind of have an avatar or a character which kind of reminds me of Leisure Suit Larry. So you start off and the character goes through playing all different types of World Poker. So that was quite interesting. I would like to maybe find an online version of this that I can give it a go without opening the box. So I was quite happy when I found those 3 games. So the next 6 big box PC games was actually found by my cousin who sent me a picture to say if I was interested in these. He found them in a thrift store and they were going quite cheap. So I instantly said yes and was thrilled when I was able to pick them up. So the first game in the 6 games that my cousin found for me was Outcast. Now this is kind of a first-person adventure game. Kind of reminds me of Fallout or those type of games where it's an open world and you go exploring. So I got that. I was quite happy to get that. It's complete in box. The next one was, which I was really excited when I saw this in the photo, was Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver in this triangle shaped box, and it has the open flap inside. And I was quite excited when I saw this, especially at the price it was going for. So I was also happy to get this in the collection. Originally I thought this might have been sealed and unopened, but it's just some reason at the thrift store they've put a bit of tape across here to hold the flap down for some reason, and once the tape came off I realised it had been opened before. But still quite happy to have that in my collection. So the next game is a game I never heard of before, and that is Sacrifice. Now, from what I understand is you kind of have like a little group of people who you have to please your god, and those gods are competing, and the better the sacrifice you give them, the better you go. Like I said, I haven't played this one yet. It's very intriguing. I saw a trailer for it, and I'm going to try to get this one going because, yeah, I'm very intrigued with it. I believe it's kind of like an RPG, somewhere along the lines of Command & Conquer or the original World of Warcraft. And yeah, you got to sacrifice gods. I think it's more like it kind of has a 3D perspective where World of Warcraft was more top-down. So I'm very intrigued to see what this is like. Well, it's got here, yeah, it's real-time strategy.
Attack! Attack!
Another game that I was very thrilled when I saw it in the photo was big box version of Red Faction. Now, I've never seen this in real life before. I have the PS2 version, I should say, but I have not seen the PC big box version. I've seen some online that have a different insert, so I'm not sure if this was the Australian released version with this insert, because I've seen a number of different inserts of different box versions. So this is a first-person shooter, roughly like Doom or Duke Nukem. So it looks quite intriguing, and I might give this a go on the PC. So the next game is Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun. Now, I never played past the original Command & Conquer, so I didn't really get the add-ons for this. So, but what I didn't realise when my cousin picked this up for me was it also came with a metal figurine. So whoever owned this before really did look after these games and did not open the collectible inside that came with the game. So I was quite thrilled when that was also included.
Cannot deploy here. Training. Unit ready.
Infantry reporting.
Construction complete. Building.
And lastly, the last game that my cousin picked up in the little thrift haul bundle that he found for me was a game that I'd been looking for a while now. I've seen a few reviews on it, but never saw it in the wild and never saw it when it was first released. And that is the operative No One Lives Forever, the original first game. So it looks, when I saw the reviews of this, maybe over 10 years ago now, I was really eager to have a go at it, but I could never find it anywhere, so I'm quite glad it was among the bundle. So I'm looking forward to trying that out.
Room service!
You ordered room service?
Get down.
I'm not cleaning up this mess.
So when I was visiting my cousin to pick up this thrift bundle that he found for me, I stopped at the recycling centre and I was surprised there was another big box. Now it's not the most exciting of big boxes, but I was still happy to put it in my collection, and that is The Sum of All Fears, based on the movie. And once again, another first-person shooter. So I've never really, I wasn't that keen on the movie. I like the Harrison Ford versions of the movies, and I was a bit disappointed in this one. But the box art's pretty good. It's pretty similar to the DVD, and so I might give that a go.
Threat neutralized. East history.
Now the really exciting stuff, the two next games are games that I wish I had in my collection years ago, and I finally now have them. So starting off, I picked up Monkey Island 2 for the Amiga. Now it's not in the original Monkey Island 2 box, but this is probably as close as I'm going to get to the original, because the originals are going for a pretty penny. So I'm quite happy to get Monkey Island 2 in the extra large box. And due to, I think it's got 11 discs, so that's why it's an unusual extra large box. Usually the extra large boxes are a lot thinner and a little bit smaller, but I think due to the amount of discs that were inside here, they had to pretty much make it the same size as the original. So I was quite happy with that. Now the game that I'm super thrilled to have in my collection, a game that I wanted the original copy for ever since the early 90s, and that is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the graphic adventure. Now I do have the action version of this big box. I brought it brand new for the Commodore 64, and back in the day when piracy was a big thing for Amiga owners, I did have a pirated version of this, but I could not ever get past a certain stage because you needed not only the code wheel, but you also needed the Henry Jones Senior guidebook, because there were certain clues that were in the guidebook that helped you get past certain areas. So when my friends and me tried playing this one, we could never get past a certain point because we didn't have that book. And I've always wanted an original copy of this game, and now I have it in my collection. It sits proudly next to my action adventure Indiana Jones, and yeah, I'm ecstatic. All the games I got are great, and I'm happy to have them, but I must admit this is the one that I love the most. Well, that's it. That is what I picked up in November. So in the comments down below, let me know which of these games you thought was the best find that I found. I know which is mine, which is this game here. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and share, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because it lets you know when I upload a new video. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye! But this is more exciting. This is old software that no one has opened before.
No one is giving a rat's ass about it.